All right, quick sound check and we'll get underway shortly. Looks like we are good to go. Get my checklist back up. Take a swig of the good stuff. Don't talk to me until I've had my coffee. There we go. Hey folks, me again. Guess we're doing part 31 of the Elden Ring walkthrough, so that way we can raise some funds for the wife to be able to get out to Carnegie Hall in New York. Um, if you are new to the channel or whatever the case, wife has a great opportunity, once in a lifetime, to be able to go out to New York City with her choir, the Morris Park Singers, and perform at Carnegie Hall in January. I'm getting my J's mixed up. That's the good news. The bad news is financial burden to do that gets a little bit heavy, and so that's where I come in. Because they have no financial backing, I'm doing this as a fundraiser in order to uh, help alleviate some of that financial burden so that way she can go out, make memories, and come home and tell me all about it. It's really, honestly, something I wish I could do when I was younger, and now that she's getting to do it, I'm kind of jealous. But the fact that she gets to go out and experience this, it's only going to happen once. So I will do everything that I can to be able to get her out there. If you want to donate, there is a comment pinned in the comments section. Feel free to donate. If you don't want to donate, do not feel bad. There's no obligation to, and you can just sit around and watch the stream, maybe fall asleep to it, or poke fun at me for doing horribly. That is just fine. um, Other than that, if you don't want to donate, but you still want to do something, then maybe you share the stream with other people, so that way maybe the cause resonates with them, and perhaps they would like to donate. Either way, you're welcome here no matter what. So, no feeling bad if you don't want to. With that being said, we can get on the way. We got done yesterday at the Windmill Village, and Millicent is already gone. Wow. Just dumped me like a bad habit, I guess. This makes me sad. This is my sad stance. I know it's for sleeping, but I don't care. There we go. Since we are done with this, we go here. If I'm not mistaken, there is a golden seed off to the southeast. We got to be careful in this area because there are ballistas that will be firing upon us. Case in point. Ouch. That's what we're looking for. Kaboom. Kind of want to get over here by the rock face so that way I can get my bearings, because there is also an Ash of War that we can go for. I think we got to double back and go up. Mushroom! Even in the face of great danger, I will collect mushrooms at any and all costs. Okay, I hear the scarab. I see a mushroom. I see a mushroom. I pick a mushroom. Don't judge me. Goodbye, sir. Lightning Slash is obtained. Okay, I see you. There we go. And there's you. I don't know why I just double tap, but I don't think there'd be anything else in the tents, but you can always check. I always just try to hit up the big ticket items and I find the other little stuff accidentally, so nothing in there. Nothing in there. Or maybe I just use it as an excuse to go ahead and roll through a bunch of stuff. Breakdancing. Perfect. Believe we are headed for this lookout tower now, if I'm not mistaken. Let me get my checklist. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get the... We're going to get a weapon in there. I will not be using the weapon myself. However, that does not mean that you cannot. Get off your horse, sir. And if you beat that guy who's sitting behind the trebuchet, guess what? That stops the trebuchet from firing. Now, if I was smart, I'd go over there and take out the other three trebuchet users. Which, you know what? Just for kicks, I might do. Let's go, donkey. Kind of get yourself back up in this position. Give those knights a nice wide berth so that way you can come over. There we go. No more rock firing at us. I can see you, Mr. Knight. Do not chase me and the donkey. Me and Donkey are friends. Donkey was the best man at my wedding. I'm not even going to harm the horse. That would be silly. There we be. Ooh, smoldering butterfly. I haven't seen you in a while. Of course, I haven't made any fire bombs in a little bit. Anyway, can hop off your horse here. That was dumb. There we go. I hear somebody trying to run after me, but... There we go. I really should just have my shield out as a precaution. And I've been hopping back and forth between the Dark Souls series and Bloodborne and this, so primarily the controls for accepting something aren't used with triangle. They are used with the X button. So I'm sitting over here going, accept. Why are you jumping? Oh yeah, we're not in Dark Souls anymore. We are heading off to Another site of grace, it looks like. And I think it's gonna kind of be over in this area that we go for the site of grace. So we want to start here, come down the road. So we'll put a little marker here. Actually, let's get this. Beginning. Checkpoint. 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 And it should be on the right side of the road, so we'll put that there. God, those... Ugh. The old women are creeping me out. Just follow the checkpoints. In numerical order, of course. Going to be some ruins off to your right-hand side. If you want to go for a disguised enemy, they'll be in that building. I think they drop a larval tier. I can't be sure as of right now, just because I am in the middle of running. Ah! So, you guys make the weirdest of noises, and I'm here for it. Am I not seeing something here? Booger bloom. I should have seen it past the ruins. Oh, it was off on my left side. I'm an idiot. Sorry about that. Let's have a seat. Give me a second. Another thing that's nice about today is that it is... What are you... A girl looks like she's... I don't know, she's seen some shit. I don't want to talk about it. They traded away Nas Reed. Oh, Nas. I'm going to miss you, sir. Okay, yep. I wanted to get this so that way if I ended up snuffing it against the disguiser in here, I would have myself a nice site of grace to come back to as a just in case. So we'll fall back around, come up here. Yeah, we're not gonna suffer your BS, man. And my cat is trying to burrow underneath. go. We should not have anybody else. And in that corner is going to be somebody kind of kneeling down. Oh, my cat is going to mess me up. Here we go. There we go. Larval tier taken care of. All right, from here, there's another stone sword key that we can take care of. All right, you know what? Every last one of you. And we might as well stop here because we are about to partake in some bossy shenanigans. Should be it right here. Very good. That guy is seriously still coming for me. All I wanted to do was get a stone sword key in peace. You could leave me alone. I'd be just fine with that. But no. You're still after me. All right, you know what? I'm going to reset you. %, not putting up with that malarkey. All right, this is where we want to be. As long as nobody else wants to do any kind of weird shenanigans here, we're going to come up here, we're going to summon our boy, and there is, wow, already? There we go. That becomes fairly trivial when you have Night Comet. A lot of this stuff actually does become fairly trivial when you have Night Comet. Some Fulgur Bloom around here. That friggin' ram, I'm telling you, man. Everything is just out to annoy me today. Alright. Enough. Whew. And before we do anything else, we're going to go up here. Think it's up here, or it might just be... Oh, there he is. Okay, and you get a heart bow. I never use this thing. It's actually kind of... There we go. Sorry, man. I got a lot of external stuff happening right now where it's hard to concentrate and get a good commentary going. No clue as to why everything just decided to pour out and try to grab my attention at once, but man, it's making me crabby. And we'll let our boy take the heat again. Again, very easy fight with Night Comet. And we get an actual black knife. Again, not something I'm going to use, but perhaps you guys would. Give me 1 second. All right. This side of grace, and take a quick little rest and remind you about the little wrinkle that I added into this playthrough. Haven't had a lot of deaths so far. I know that's going to change real quick. So, any deaths that I have going forward as of like a couple days ago, I will be charged $2.50. That will be tallied up at the end of the month for however many deaths I had. And however many deaths I had is going to be donated to the wife's GoFundMe deal. So, by my estimation, especially when we get to the final boss of the DLC, or even Millennia, for God's sakes, I should have a grand total of about $6,000 donated to her. It's gonna be brutal. I know that for a fact. All right, first up, use the stone sword key to get in here, and you can pick up a talisman. Ba-doop. Basically, if you put that on and then drink one of these red bad boys over here, it will restore more. But we're already getting pretty high on the sacred tear count on that already. So, to me, I think that's a waste of a talisman slot. Unless you're in an emergency and you can do the quick shifting of talismans like everybody else can do. I'm too old and too slow for that stuff, so I can't tell you if that's going to be a thing or not. Anyway, let's go over here. We have before the boss. God, people are shouting outside my window too. Is this just not a good time for me to be streaming? I'm telling you, man. Oh. Okay. I know where I'm at now. I had the wrong idea of the grave I was in. I thought this was the uh, uh, chariot where you had to ride through the magma and stuff. No, this is... All right. Now I got my concentration back. So, in this place, there are going to be invulnerable enemies. The only way for those enemies to become vulnerable is if you lure them over to a spot with light on the ground. There we go. All right, let's just go through this. Already got my lantern on. I think for this first little bit. By the way, if you are looking for the hint about what I just talked about with the light, it's right here on the raised stone tablet. Shadow bathes in light and knows weakness. I think I'll keep that on. No, sir. Not worth it. Oh, this little jerk. Kill it with fire as fast as possible. Ugh. Those guys always give me the heebie-jeebies too. Not as much as the old ladies in the windmill village, but... Let's do this. Not what I was hoping to do, but sure. Are you on PS5? Yes, I am. The funny part about that is I actually have it for all the platforms save the Switch 2, mainly because I don't have a Switch 2. But this is on PS5, and I'm going to turn this down as we kind of speak. Sorry about that. Yeah, there's our light boys. Ow. Not gonna happen. This way. Over here. Oh, I did not know you could do that. There we go. I hear something. Okay, nothing hidden there. I got to be coming up on the room with the collapsible floor already. At least sometime soon. Yeah, there it is. Let's see. Are you using a capture card? Oh no, I am using the built-in feature on the PS5. Yeah, I'm using the built-in recorder for that. Mainly because I just like doing it from the couch instead of getting my rig set up with more stuff than I probably even know what to do with, to be honest. And then the headphones are just the type that you can plug into the controller and not have to worry about your battery running out on you. So, let's see here. Okay, yeah, I already got the ashes for that. This floor is going to collapse. Yep, this floor is going to collapse, and I am going to be very mad. Uh-uh. There we go. Ouch. I didn't do a guard counter there because usually every time I do it on these small fry enemies, they'll find a way to duck under it or something along those lines. Okay, there's got to be a lever over here. And can't forget about my plant. And up there is a talisman that we can get, so let's hop on this real quick. Oh yeah. Hey, thanks a lot, and good luck with you starting streaming too. Like I said, the onboard options that the PS5 actually has are pretty decent. I wish I could do it from the computer, but I'm old and I'm kind of stupid when it comes to setting up microphones, sound leveling, capture cards, and all that stuff. It's pretty much, if I can't plug and play it, I'm poop out of luck. But yeah, PS5 has some really good options, and hopefully the options... Oh, really? Stop biting me. Hopefully the option works just as well for you, because it's done me real nice. So, can't complain. Alright, that's it. Time to pull out the big guns. Out of my way, sir. You too. It's another stone sword key that I have to... Oh, I'm an idiot. Get out of the way. Oh, for God's sake. There we go. My character is not having a good day, it looks like. Stop. There we go. I see you back here. Oh, we got a hummingbird outside. Nice. Hummingbirds are making grand appearances once again ever since we got the red-petaled flowers back out on our deck. I got a bad feeling. Yeah, that's what I thought. There's a couple of you guys under here. Screw that. Good night. Hiya. Every once in a while, it's fun to overkill. Alright, Dragon Crest Shield Talisman +1. Good for negating physical damage. We now have an event that we got to take care of in order to open the way to the boss. There's a specific enemy in here. And it's not going to be that way. That's just going in a big old circle. I want to come back down this way, and I think we want to go back through the guillotine room. plant as long as we're at it. And those guys just keep regenerating, so it doesn't really... Oh! Do not... I am not going to put up with you either. There we go. Okay, that's the boss door. We have to... this is the PS5 Pro, yes, but on the regular PS5, which I also have, just decided to upgrade to a Pro for the heck of it. The PS5 regular actually has the same streaming options and comes out the same as it would for PS5 Pro when you stream. So do not feel that a Pro is going to up the overall quality. Oh, geez. Nope, nope. Die, die. Thank you. Not you. Don't feel that a Pro is going to up the quality of your stream. It just completely depends on internet connectivity and stuff like that. So you will be just fine with a normal PS5. I promise you. All right, here we go. That's the guy we want to go for. Now, here's what I'm going to do. That is a very determined carving. All right. So I'm going to lure him over here. There's a couple of glove warts I want to get. And then we got to lead him through the guillotine rooms. Yes, this way. No, sir. Ow! You got me. Okay, which way is up? That way. There we go. There we go. Thank you. You have to follow me, sir. It's the only way I'm going to be able to get to the boss. I need your body. I guess I could put that a different way. This way, dude. Sir, unless I got it. Yeah, because the light's right there, unless there's... Come on. There we go. Maybe I did go the wrong way. No, I didn't go. You're a little jerk. Nope. Not happening this time, sir. Bye-bye. Good, follow me. This way. Why are you doing this? Okay, why are we doing this? You never act this stupid. There. God almighty, what is going on with things today that it's... This is driving me nuts. Yes, please fall faster. There we go. All right, now we're doing okay. Nope. Not going to deal with you. Not today. Not today, Satan. Not today. Alright, who do we got? Ancient Hero of Zamor. Didn't even get a chance to get that off. Ancient Dragon Knight Christov. Those can be decent. But I like my Mimic tier. At least until the DLC. There's a couple of really good Spirit Ashes in the DLC I like. Why are you still up and running? I am very... Oh, it's probably because you got a couple of enemies waiting back at the gate for you. Anyway, we're done with that. Let's go back over here and we can go out the traditional way. Get everything refilled. Now, southeast from here, we should be running into a scarab. Might be easier to see at night, too. God, this place is just gorgeous during the evening time. Always going to be one of my favorite places to go. Keep distance, Kamehameha. Thank you for the Lightning Ram skill. Very much appreciated. And off we go. We are going to get another Sacred Tier here, but this place also has its fair share of nights. Well, one last night anyway, and I'm going to leave the horse because the horse didn't do anything nasty, but if you go through that door, you're going to get ambushed. Ooh, mushroom. Mushroom. Huh? You know, I've been collecting mushrooms for how long? How many mushrooms do I have? Mushroom? Where are my mushrooms? 217 mushrooms. Hell yeah. We're going to have a party. I'm trying to pick the... Apparently I can't pick it. If it's shiny, I want to pick it. Alright, here we go for another Sacred Tier. None of this stuff is news to anybody that does any speedrunning or anything like that. However, if you're new and just kind of following along for reference, you are now going to be able to get your flasks up to a +10. And then we have 2 more Sacred Tiers to go after that. I think... Is it against a wall, maybe? Let's get the lantern back on. Yep, there's a chest back there. I believe that's a... Is that an incantation or an actual sorcery? I can't remember. We'll find out in a little bit. But get rid of him. And get rid of him. Ba-da-da-da. Yep. Incantation. Dragon Bolt Blessing. I believe that's just a buff. Yeah. Bolsters caster's body with lightning. Try and save that 5 times fast as you can. Woof. Okay, next up. on the checklist of things to do. Going back to the north. Right. Yeah, that's it. Road of Iniquity. And we'll take the time to kind of clear out whoever we can here, because ads are never fun to deal with. Pumpkinhead goes down in one charge. And then you can get yourself up on the back of this. And if you are a bleed build that enjoys using wild strikes, that weapon might be the weapon of choice for you. Anyway, let's continue. The path will be littered with a bunch of foot soldiers and knights alike, so just kind of avoid however you can and make your way over to these ruins. For your reference, these ruins are where you come to if you're not online and you want to get to Mogwin's Palace. There we go. I have a feeling Night Comment will hit you, so I'll give you a Kamehameha. Goodbye and good night. There's somebody up there that's going to be trying to do nasty things. So before you do anything, you come back in here and clear out that dog. Get a sacramental bud, so that way you are able to... There we go. And we got a refill. Good. Anyway, as I was saying before I got sidetracked, these are the ruins you come to where if you want to do the quest that gets you to Mogwin's Palace here, Vare will give you the bloody fingers you need to do the invasion. That was highly unnecessary, but he'll give you the bloody fingers so that way you can do the invasion, and then at that point you can rush to get up here to Altus Plateau to get to this location, and then there is an invasion sign that you can touch here. If you beat him, that takes care of all the requirements necessary to advance Vare's quest line, wherein he'll then send you to go get the Maiden's Blood, pretty much, just to be able to get to the part where he ordains you a bloody finger, pretty much. And that's that. You beat this guy. Sir, I do not need your malarkey right now. Goodbye. There you go. Beating him will allow you to, like I said, make it to Mogwin's Palace, get a nice new leveling stomping ground. And for beating him, you get a Somber Smithing Stone 6 and another Great Stars, it looks like. Yeah, Great Stars there. Great Stars there. And if you put Wild Strikes on this while you're super tanky, get something that gives you severely high poise, and do one of those Iron Jar Aromatics, do the wild strikes combination on them, and you'll do the bleed, whatever it is, and it's absolutely sick how how strong that combination is. Okay, and there's one more thing we can do here. There is a boss that we can fight. Down those stairs. I have a bad feeling if I go in here, I'm going to get hit by one of those. Can pick up some more blood roses on the way. Or is it all just slimes in there? You can tell how long it's been since I've actually picked up Elden Ring, because usually I'd be able to say, yeah, there's somebody over in this corner, there's somebody over in that corner. Watch out around the right bend of that hallway. Oh, hit him for 6. 6, 6. The number of... Yeah, anyway. I'm showing my age. I understand. 6, 6, 6. The number of the beast. All right. Boss time. Night Comet, once again, making things super simple for everybody. And then through this door... I don't know, a lot of people like this weapon too. So again, if you feel like using the Bloody Helix, by all means, be my guest. You're bleeding out the side of your mouth. Nobody even hit you. What happened? Or did you have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and decide to smear the friggin' jelly all over the side? Let's go ahead and do this real quick. Bloody Helix. An ominous piercing sword with a winding blade. Carried by the noble servants of the Lord of Blood. Designed to bore into flesh, causing severe blood loss at the wound. The extracted blood trickles gracefully down the length of the blade. And Dynast's Finesse is a pretty weird skill. It's a weird skill for me to get used to, but when it works, holy crap, it works. Alright, where are we at for time here? We're at 55 minutes, okay. Where we want to go, but I'm pretty sure. Thought there was something over here, but I guess oh yeah, there is a mushroom. Very good. Oh, somebody took the chest. Magical chest of wonders. Come to the lands between for the wildlife, they said. Nothing bad will happen to you, they said. We're crossing over into Mount Gelmir territory now. And our first site of grace, we're off to the left side of the bridge. Go ahead and have a seat, and I do believe we have enough to level up. Oh yeah, that's right. If I don't use it right away, forget about it. So we'll increase the amount we can heal by. So I think what I am planning to do now is go for a quick rush to be able to get the map for this area. I think that's what we'll do. Right now we're at the Bridge of Iniquity. Or Iniquity, excuse me. Yep, this is going to be a rush. So let's get my health highlighted as a just in case. You're not going to get me, sir, unless you can climb a ladder, and that would be just friggin' scary as hell. I knew I forgot to do something. Level up. I'm still in a dream, Snake Eater. There we go. Up we go, and off to the left for your next site of grace. And there's a graveyard full of free money over there. You can never pass that up. Let's level up. More into intelligence. I do want to be able to get that to 80 overall, and then that would pretty much be all I would need for my offensive capabilities. I'll take those. Thank you. Next up is another site of grace. Little about that area is you'll go through the camp, you'll go past that, but there is a rock that kind of creates a ramp that juts out over to that side. That's our destination. Let's get to it. Not before we get a mushroom. 2 of them that time, even. All right, and over here by the pumpkin head, you can go ahead and cross. There's a ladder over here that you can go up, so quick take it before the grafted scion can do anything stupid to you. You would think with all those limbs he'd be able to climb a simple ladder. Sorry, sir. Okay, and then over here... Merchant must have been over on the other ladder. That's okay. No, sir. Oh, you can climb a ladder. Here we go. I know the marionette is hot on my trail. Nope, he's climbing back down. He's like, screw it. Well, why would you climb all the way back down after you spend all that time climbing back up? Just don't make sense to me. I don't think we want... There's a cave off that way, I think, but I think what we want over here is over a rope bridge. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, go blow your horn somewhere else. Over the bridge and to our next destination here. All right, what do you say we try and get the wife another $2.50? Up that spirit spring is a boss that we can fight, and we are going to fight it. Let's get to... Oh, wait. Premature firing. Too bad. Let's get the magic going in that again. I could put the... Not the opaline, but the speckled hearts here, I want to say. Hey, the hummingbird's back out there. Anyway, we'll jump up here, get off our horse, make sure we can get into a safe position to summon. There we go. Get him, Spirit Ashes. Ow. Woof. Try again. Sorry. Hey, wife. I still only owe you $2.50. So we get a somber 6, a regular 6, and we get to rip off his jaw and use it as a bludgeon. Nice. Anyway, that's that for that portion. At least that clears it up for later if you ever find a need to come back up there for whatever reason. Okay. I didn't have it as part of my walkthrough to beat the Falling Star Beast. That's where we jumped up from, it looks like. But I figured as long as we were up here, might as well. And now we will do a rush down from here. You can kind of see. Jump down there. There's a little hill that we can go around the far side there. Rush, pick up the map, and pick up the Site of Grace from there. Oh, that might have been a mistake. Nope, never mind, we're good. We'll come back for the Invisible Scarab a little bit later. So don't worry, that will be taken care of. And we just follow the path down, and we'll want to rush in and get that map because there is going to be a bum rush of enemies coming after us until we come down. And discover the site of grace. So, new map is picked up. So we still got 2 more areas over here that we can discover, plus another kind of area over here, if you already know what I'm talking about. All right, one more thing up here, and then we'll come back and finish this up at a later time. Not too much later. But there is a worm face down here that we can beat up on for hopefully a level tier. There we go. Perfect. We are set and done with this area for now. We're not done with the area completely, but we are definitely done. Set up this next part. We will go over to the Wyndham Catacombs, and we're going to turn around and we'll head west out of the ruins, down a couple of rocks, and find yet another site of grace. Excuse me. Everything we want to do along here is on that northern road. Excuse me. First thing, being this bad boy right here, you know the drill. Stop, line up, give him a Kamehameha, and get a skill. Another thing that we have along here is golden seed, and then we will be stopping into a cave that requires stone sword keys to unlock. So let's get to it. Kind of let that blow over and do whatever. There's a golden seed over here. Okay. I heard a scarab, but I didn't know if it was a treasure one, a skill one, or something in between. Careful up here because you got some of those kind of poisonous frogs that come out and spit death at you every turn of the way. Like that. Two for the price of one. You can go a little farther up and a couple more will come out at you if you want to take care of them. Doesn't really matter if you do or not, but If anything, it will be a nice preview for what to expect later on. Hint, hint. All that death for a couple of butterflies. Take out that dude that's just minding his business by Mickle as Lily. Stone Sword Key, lost with use, and we definitely need a lantern down in this area. Grace discovered. And what are we looking for in here? Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm glad I came here now. We have an armor set that we can get before the boss. And, unfortunately, it's not going to be of very much use now, but the amount of resistances that it gives you is off the charts and absolutely ridiculously good for if you need to resist any kinds of status effects. So, yeah, I already got the crown for this. Just by the sounds of it, I'm going to want you guys. Break dancing. I'm going to keep it nice and slow and steady in this cave because, well, I always keep it slow and steady anyway. I'm old. I like slow pace. Let's see. Is there really any good place to drop here? I mean, the drop up can't be that bad if it's only the one step, but that's not what we're looking for. Let's go over this way. It sounds like a rat. Slap, slap. And slap. There we go. There we go. No, I wanted the item. Let's go. There we go. Oh. No, sir. I don't think there's anything over there, because reasons. Nope, just a wall. Hear something. No, sir. Okay. Gotta be getting close. To where we need to go. What's the clearing for this room gonna be like? Dang, got all of them. That couldn't have worked out any better. And there we go. That's what we were here for, the mushroom set. I will prominently display it here after I get done with the boss. You know, we'll be able to get the those antidotes made up fairly simply. I wouldn't worry too much about using those up. Plus, we have Flame Cleanse Me if absolutely necessary. Yes, why is it always poison? There we go. Oh, that was dumb. That was dumb. There we go. Okay, I'll applaud that. That's pretty good. here we go. Oh my god, 250. Laura, you're getting another $2.50. That's going to be way easier just to not summon. That was a stupid mistake on my part. There we go. Let's fall down here. And we'll fall down there. That was just really dumb on my part. There. Done. Wow. I can't believe I died to the pests. Even in practice runs, I never died to the pests. But for some reason, I had to die there. A derp? Derp, derp, derpity derp. Let's see. Death tally. So, one, I'm gonna list the ones that I die at, too. So, the first one was Electo. Second one were the pests. There we go. Now, before I was so rudely interrupted with getting offed, snuffing in the worst way possible, we got the Kindred of Rot's Exaltation. Basically, if you want to make a build to squeeze as much damage out of it as possible, this is part of the set that you would wear if you want to get more damage with poison poison or rot in the vicinity. There is also a headpiece that you can get up in Volcano Manor that if you couple it with that, makes it even better. I won't be doing that. I'm too much of a chicken ass to be able to do stuff like that, but there you go. This is actually a pretty decent talisman if you're going to go for that kind of a build. I now owe my wife a total of $5. I knew it was going to happen. But I didn't think it was going to happen against the friggin' Kindred of Rot. All right. What do we have for time here? We are at hour and 26. Yeah, I think we get to the next site of grace and call it a day. Unbelievable that I died to the Kindreds of Rot. That was an absolute dirt move. Well, look, I told you guys if you wanted to make fun of my gaming ability, now was the perfect time to do it. You mean to tell me you avoided them the whole time in Caelid and then you died to them up on Mount Gelmir? Yep, that's exactly what I'm telling you. I am the suck. It's okay, though. Because every death that I have ends up being more in the pocket for the wife, so that way she is able to go on the trip without any or much less of a financial burden. So that is something I will gladly accept. Look at all these mushrooms, man. Oh, I'm in heaven. be nice if you actually crafted something with the mushrooms instead of just letting them sit in your inventory. I know. Look, I understand. But the mushrooms are so pretty. Can't help myself. And there is our last set of grace for the afternoon. So, when we pick up next time, we'll be going through the fort, beating up on a couple of bosses, picking up one quest item from what I see. Actually, no, we'll be picking up two quest items. One of them is very unassuming. The other one will be of great importance when it comes to dealing with Sellen back in Limgrave. But for tonight, dang, thought I was going to make it out with another, without any other deaths, but dang, oh well. $5 to the wife. That'll be tallied and put into the GoFundMe at the end of the month. So hopefully we're good for the rest of the month, which I seriously doubt because, like I said, I practiced this stuff, never died to them once, and yeah, there we go. Didn't help that there were a lot of distractions, though. That's just an excuse, Steve. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to justify why I absolutely snuffed it to one of the easiest bosses I could have died to. At least it wasn't Godric, the soldier of God, Rick, at the tutorial. So, all right. Well, that about does it for tonight. If you tuned in live to watch this, thank you very much. And you're a glutton for punishment, apparently. If you're watching this at a later time, thank you for putting eyes on this stream and the cause. Very much appreciated. I will be back tomorrow night. It will be a late night because the wife will be... she doesn't work tomorrow, so that means she gets to kind of run the roost when it comes to watching her shows at night. And then when she goes to bed, I hop on this and I do a little fundraising. I don't ever want to make her watch me play through this stuff because I know for her it's boring. But the good news is that after she goes to bed, we pop this on. You guys get to make fun of me because I'm mediocre. And you get to have a good time while you do it. Maybe even catch a couple of Z's. Who knows? All I know is that I'm appreciative of the fact that you're stopping in the first place. And hopefully, I will see you tomorrow night. Again, if you are up for donating, the link to donate is in the comments. It's pinned. And if you don't want to donate, again, don't feel guilty. Don't feel obligated. I just want you to come in and have a good time as long as you're here. So, more eyes on the prize, so to speak. So, thank you for coming along and giving this your attention for an hour and a half, or more, or less, or whatever the case may be. Hopefully, I see you tomorrow night. Take care and be safe out there.